Peace will fill the world when we finally understand that only from within can it be spread throughout the land. Every single person living peace in what we do, only then will our dream come true. Only then will our dream come true. Only then will our dream come true.
Good morning, friends. I'm Leona Evans, minister at Unity of San Luis Obispo, a progressive, inclusive spiritual community affirming the good in all life. Welcome to our Sunday morning live stream, and happy Easter to all of you. What an exciting time to be celebrating the resurrecting power not only of Jesus the Christ, our elder brother, teacher, and wayshower, but the resurrecting power of the Christ Spirit within us. Now, we've had a 40-day spiritual preparation for Easter where we spent time releasing and letting go of those thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve us, no longer add to our greater evolutionary experience. And today, we celebrate the culmination of our efforts, a recognition that truly we know who we are. We understand our relationship with the living Spirit of truth. We recognize that we are made in love and that we have a creative spirit within us that allows us to express not only our own talents, but respect and understand the talents and the God-given gifts of others as well. Today, we're on top of the world. Today, we understand what it's like to view life from the vantage point of the overcomer. So, let's take a moment to just take a deep breath and relax. The next hour is going to be a time of powerful discovery, powerful revelation, and a time of communion. Not only with the Lord of our being, but with our brothers and sisters around the world who are also celebrating the Easter experience and honoring that the God that we understand indwells us is the God of all. Take a deep breath and relax again. Lay aside extraneous thoughts. Focus in on experiencing this moment. And let us affirm together, I am now open and receptive to the living Spirit of truth. Once again, I am now open and receptive to the living Spirit of truth. And so it is. Amen. Let's listen to Matthew J. Evans as he greets us on this very special Easter morning with a very special joy song.
Good morning. Today we're going to sing "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning." Please sing along with the lyrics on the bottom of the screen. There's a bright golden feeling of gladness. There's a bright golden feeling of gladness. All life is a song when you lose every fear and hold to the truth that makes all things so clear. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I have a wonderful feeling. All good is coming my way. It is love that keeps my heart rejoicing. It is love that keeps my heart rejoicing. The richness of spirit fills each tiny cell with a melody thrilling and making me well. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I have a wonderful feeling. All good is coming my way. All the blessings of God are like music. All the blessings of God are like music. His harmony, love, and His peace are all free and are showing us beauty in all that we see. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I have a wonderful feeling. All good is coming my way. Oh, what a beautiful day. Have a great morning, everybody. Happy Easter.
Thank you so much, Matthew. That was just lovely. Let's listen to the Easter story from the Gospel of John, chapter 20. Now, on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Peter then came out with the other disciple, and they went toward the tomb. And stooping to look in, he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter came following him and went into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying and the napkin which had been on his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple who reached the tomb first also went in, and he saw and believed. Then the disciples went back to their homes. But Mary stood weeping outside the tomb, and as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb. And she saw two angels in white sitting where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the head and one at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "Because they have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Saying this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing, but she did not know it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom do you seek?" Supposing him to be the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her, "Do not hold me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brethren and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." A very powerful story, a very powerful account of a crucifixion, a time of intense suffering, a time of recognizing and accepting the process of moving through difficult times, horrific times, and finding peace, knowing that the presence of God is within. And then, when it looks like all is lost, lifting ourselves from this time of despair and finding a greater peace, a greater awareness, a greater and deeper understanding of life that comes when we so align ourselves, become at one with the living Spirit of truth within us. We see so much. We see so much beauty. We are so grateful, not only for what we've experienced in the past, but how every moment of that time of darkness brought us to a new and more powerful place. And so this is the celebration of Easter, springtime, new beginnings, but not a time to forget the past, not a time to bury the crucifixion as though it never happened, but a time to embrace it, transform it, and truly, truly understand that our lives are about learning and growing. They're about overcoming. They're about feeling, because of our immaturity, feeling that all is lost, hoping beyond hope that something can save us. And something does, but it's not in a traditional way. The something that saves us from continuing to suffer uselessly and needlessly is the resurrecting power of the Christ. And that power is within us. And that power responds to our recognition of it. It never goes away. It never turns its back on us. It never punishes us. Because the power is pure love. The power is pure life. Life lives, and life finds a way, even in the most dire of circumstances. So no, we don't want to forget the crucifixion, and we don't want to misunderstand the idea of being born again. In other words, the crucifixion is a valuable foundation. We don't want to forget it because we learn so much from it. And if we were born again as a baby, we would have to relearn those things all over again. That's not what this whole resurrecting power of the Spirit or the idea of being born into a new life is all about. It's about embracing every single aspect of life, including and especially those that have been most unpleasant. You see, we wouldn't have encountered those experiences or handled them the way we did if there wasn't something to learn from them, if there wasn't something important about those experiences. Oh, we often say, I made that mistake again. I thought I learned from that. Here I am doing it again. But honestly, I don't believe we ever repeat a mistake. Oh yes, the situation looks similar, but we are moving in this spiral of evolution. And so we continue to see that same issue, but from a slightly different vantage point. Until one day we realize that not only can we live without that experience, but we can only grow if we release it and it transforms into renewed energy and renewed life. So this is not a time to blame ourselves for taking so long for us to learn things. No, it's not about that. See, when we are experiencing a true resurrection, we understand that we need to accept ourselves as perfect by nature, but evolving and growing in behavior. I always say we can never be more spiritual than we are right now, because we were made of spirit. We are one with spirit. We are spiritual beings. But like the acorn, are we the full-fledged oak? No. But are we the perfect acorn? Yes. And the process of growing and evolving is also a perfect process, but we're not always happy with it. For some reason, we have been led to believe throughout hundreds and thousands of years of theological teachings that we are sinful by nature and need to become spiritual. So here we are in unity saying, no, no, no. You are spiritual. What you need to become is experienced. That wonderful and oft-used phrase, well, it's certainly often used by me, that Wayne Dyer shared some years ago. We are, in fact, spiritual beings having a human experience. In order to be fully human with compassion and empathy, understanding, being able to connect with others, being able to understand the equality of all life, we have to live. We have to live and we have to experience stuff, and we might not like it, but that doesn't mean that it exists outside of spirit, because nothing exists outside of spirit. So my suggestion is that while we are celebrating the resurrecting power of the Christ Spirit within us, that we remember to embrace the crucifixion and express gratitude for what we were able to learn because of it. Let's listen to the music of Brett Mitchell and Matthew J. Evans.
Here's an old Protestant hymn that was repopularized by Cat Stevens in the 1970s. Morning has broken. One, two. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet the rain's new fall, sunlit from heaven, like the first dew fall on the first grass. Praise for the sweetness of the in completeness where his feet pass. Mine is the sunlight, mine is the morning, born of the one light, Eden saw play. Praise with elation, praise every morning, God's recreation of a new day. Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird. Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Cat Stevens' arrangement of Morning Is Broken, the piano was played by Rick Wakeman in that recording from the band Yes.
Thank you so much, Brett and Matthew. What a beautiful, beautiful rendition of that powerful song. Morning has broken. A new morning. Recreation of a new day. And so, this Easter Sunday, we understand what it feels like to be at one with life, to embrace our past and accept and bless ourselves, to be able to understand that the God that indwells us is the God of all people, and to know that unless all are free, no one is really free. And so this resurrection is a blessing to us because we realize how strong we really are, and that we can take action and make a difference to support and honor the equality of all life, to bless our planet, to work toward legislation that supports equal rights for all people, and to recognize that we indeed are one with all creation. That's not something that we can choose to forget. Oh, I know we don't choose to forget. It's just one of those things that happens. We do forget. We forget a lot of things. We become self-absorbed. We become involved with trying to make sense out of certain aspects of life or certain people. We have control issues. We want to know what's coming. We don't want to have stuff just happen. We're scared sometimes. We lose touch. But that doesn't make us bad people. It just makes us candidates for another crucifixion. And so if we're not careful if we don't have the appropriate balance between the crucifixion and resurrection, we dwell on the things that catch our attention, that we think are mountainous. Somebody hurt our feelings. We made a mistake. Something didn't go our way. We're being blamed for something we didn't do. It happens. But when we are in a crucifixion mode, we feel torment. We feel that there's no hope. We feel that nothing will change. We feel that we're not good enough. We feel that nobody cares. And when the crucifixion goes on for too long, we just get tired. Now, we all know what it feels like to have a prolonged crucifixion, as we did this past year. And we're moving out of it. We are feeling a sense of hope. We are being lifted from the pandemic to a place where we give thanks for the tremendous technology that brought about this vaccine. Tremendous evolution from what happened in 1918. That lasted 2 years. It was a brutal time. And for me, and for anybody that I spoke to, this last year brought about some comfort because people had already gone through things like this and come out the other side. And so holding on to that thread of hope while sheltering at home, while being sequestered, while listening to politics that has been absolutely brutal and an assault to our moderate and peace-loving consciousness. It's been a tough year. Crucifixion. But you know what? Not only did we make it through, but in many ways, we've thrived. Finding creative ways to occupy our time, reaching out to others through the internet, having classes, learning things, having time to read and connect with the human condition around the world. See, I'm one of those people that finds the good in social media. I have an incredible large group of friends, some of whom I don't even know, but we're there for each other. We wish each other well when there's a crisis in our family or in our lives. We pray with one another. We affirm the presence of the light even through the darkness. When the pandemic first started and Matthew, my son, was told that he couldn't go back to the university at Long Beach, he couldn't play music with his friends any longer. He was going to go to school online. Well, how does a musician do that, really? Certainly you can listen to lectures day after day on the history of music, music around the world, how to make an instrument, different kinds of instruments. And you can do that. And I am so grateful for the university, Cal State University, Long Beach, for coming up with wonderful, powerful classes and continuing and not closing so that Matthew can graduate this May. But when it first happened and we were stuck in our house in disbelief, we started doing our podcast called Get Off Your Affirmation. And Matthew told me about a wonderful, wonderful social media connection that the great cellist Yo-Yo Ma was making. And he was challenging all musicians to play something beautiful, to put on the internet, to bless people and to support people, and to either write something or to play something or to sing something that would reach out to others, music for comfort. And so Matthew started putting some tunes online, and well, he couldn't play with his friends or his classmates. In this past year, they found a number of ways to do that through advancing technology on Zoom. But at the time, he played the other instruments himself. He was studying piano, so he played piano. He's a bass player. He played bass. He played stand-up bass. He played bass guitar. He played guitar. He sang. He put them all together. His learning curve was really high, but he managed to do it beautifully. If anyone wants to see them, a lot of them are on YouTube or in our archives. And so there was that kind of growth, that kind of time to become inspired, to learn things about other people, other cultures, to connect more deeply with our friends on social media and ask for their support as well as being a support to them. I know not all of social media is used that way, but, honestly, our Unity community and our colleagues in the ministry do reach out to one another, ask each other questions, process what's going on, try to figure out how to handle things in the best way possible. And oh boy, have we learned a lot in this past year about communicating on Zoom and on various other platforms. I remember the first Sunday we had to go on live stream because we were ordered to close our facilities. And we were all praying with one another. Here at our house where we do our Sunday services, oh my goodness, we experimented with different internet servers and went through a real process of feeling like we couldn't communicate adequately because we weren't in an area that had the best service. And lo and behold, we found a server. And it's been a tremendous blessing to be able to communicate. We've had deaths over this past year. We've been able to hold a service, a memorial service online. We conduct ministry because we're ministers, but each of us is in our own way. And so I've heard from so many of you that you've been creative. One of my colleagues has become quite an accomplished painter, taking classes online, doing all kinds of things. And so even in the darkest of moments, we look for a way out. We look for a way up. The inherent Christ Spirit, the divine I am within us, gifts us with a survival mechanism that causes us to not only make lemonade out of lemons, but to find new flavors for it and new ways of marketing it. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. What we need is patience, because if we believe that nothing will change, if we believe that everything is over because we're in the midst of a crucifixion, then our mind goes haywire. We come up with all kinds of really bad ideas, even to the point where we think since nothing is going to change, we might as well end it, end our lives. The truth is that there is a resurrecting power within us, a power that reawakens, reactivates, renews, restores, refreshes, regenerates, allows us to remember and stay focused on being the presence, feeling the presence, seeing the presence, living. Oh, sure. Yeah, I can hear you say, hey, remember the talk you gave last week and the Israelites were out of Egypt, the Red Sea parted, everything went, it was one miracle after another. And then a week later, they're saying, hey, what have you done for me lately? Moses goes up to the mountain to get the laws, and everybody is scared stiff, as though nothing ever went their way. It happens. That's why we celebrate Easter every year, because we need to be reminded. And so I challenge all of you, myself included, of course, because we are in this together. I challenge us all to hold the consciousness of the resurrection without going into denial, without believing that we are given more than we can handle, but understanding, as our way shower, Jesus did, that every opportunity is one to learn and to grow from, that every crucifixion leads to a resurrection. Maybe we don't have to fall as deeply next time. Holding the light, remembering. Let's breathe deeply and relax. This is our time of inner contemplation, connection, integrating the message to every part of our being about the resurrecting power of the indwelling Christ. Easter, such a beautiful time of the year. Through the use of our divine power of imagination, we have the ability of calling to mind the beautiful images of springtime and the resurrection. I am the light of the world. I am lovable and loved. I am free to express my creative potential. As I rise into greater awareness of the divinity within me. I am the perfect work of God. I am healthy, whole, and free. I express the light within me, and I receive light, beauty, and wisdom from others. I behold the Christ in all creation. I let my light shine, and I see it in all others. Wherever I look, I see the face of God. And so it is. Amen. Let's take a moment now to bless the tithes and offerings that come to Unity of San Luis Obispo as a result of your generosity. If you were inspired by today's message, then we ask that you support our ministry. When you do, not only will you be blessed 30, 60, 100 times over, but we have an opportunity to support the organizations that work for human rights and for the betterment of our planet. And so let's take our prosperity statement and speak the words together. God is my source. I am God's channel. In love and wisdom, I share my gifts.
Here's a song I wrote for Easter last year, 2020, but I've revised it just slightly since then. morning, an Easter song.
Thank you so much, Brett, for that beautiful, beautiful song. Thank you for allowing your light to shine as you compose beautiful and inspirational music. We are truly blessed. Thank you, Brett, and thank you, Matthew. Let's sing our peace song, shall we?
With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyful vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let's speak the words of our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Please remember to like and share this message of the resurrecting power of the Spirit of God within us all. Also, please tune in to our Get Off Your Affirmation podcast. There are so many wonderful lessons. This one in particular is about shedding light on the darkness within. And so have a wonderful week. You deserve it.
Every single person living peace in what we do. Only then will our dream come true. Only then will our dream come true. Only then will our dream come true.